as terrific a career as you've had as an actor, music haunts you. You know, you grew up playing music, and you really were seriously considering, am I going to go into acting, or am I going to be a musician? Like, there's a fork in the road, and I feel like it's something you're still wrestling with.
That's fine. Kind of dancing with it, man. I don't know. I think maybe it's kicked my ass, basically. I think at this moment, I don't know if I'll get back into it as strongly as I did after Crazy Heart. You know, right around when I did your show.
You came on my show to do Crazy Heart, which was this phenomenal movie, phenomenal performance.
And, you know, at 60, whatever I was, 62, whatever, I finally had my Beetle moment, you know, because there's nothing like playing in a band. You're a musician, you know, and it's just like, it's so great to do that. My buddy T-Bone, you know, when we did Crazy Heart together, he did all the, you know, most of the music for it. And after the Crazy Heart, I got my, you know, music, you know, I was tickled. I said, well, I got some more tunes to do, Bone, you know. And he said, sure. And so we did an album, and then get a band. He said, well, I'm going to get the band together, and all these friends I got in Santa Barbara. And I had that, I'm being triggering myself here. I had my Beatle moment with my band at a Lebowski Fest.
Yes!
Oh, man.
So it all came together.
Oh, and you're playing to a sea of dudes. You know, oh, man. Woo.
No, but you know what's so nice is, I don't know about you, my experience has been, I've had, and Sona, you were along for the 2010 experience where I went on this tour and there was a lot of music and crazy crowds, and we did comedy, but I got to have my moments of soloing in front of a sold out, like multiple tier. And it was just, it was that crazy experience. Yeah. And what would happen is I'd start to think to myself, hey, you know, I think I could do, this is what I could do. This is what I could do. And you know what always resets it? I'm around a Jimmy Vivino or a Jack White or any of these guys who really does it. And I go, oh. Like, oh, I see. Oh, and it's, I'm constantly being humbled by people that I love it. It's fun. I like to do it for fun. But if this was something I was meant to be doing, I'd have been doing it when I was 7 years old. And that's that's comedy for me. So that decision was made. I didn't have to make it, you know?
Yeah. Well, now when you say wrestle or struggle, that's a really, you know, this thing about comparison and everything. Mm-hmm. You know, when we had all this downtime with the strikes and COVID and all that stuff, and there different guys did different things during that time. You must have seen Inside, right? That guy, Bo Burnham.
Oh, yeah. Well, fantastic.
Weren't you impressed, man?
Bo is phenomenal.
Oh,
phenomenal talent.
That movie in the eighth grade, you know, he's phenomenal talent. So I had a bunch of time, and you're, you know, a creative person. You said, what am I going to do, you know? So I decided I'll go back in my mind, my music mind, and discover old tunes and things that I'm what am I, 74? I say, how to perfect all that stuff going to a music, you know, that's a lot of effort. There's a lot of things I like, you know, slowing down, not doing as much as I might have when I was younger. I said, I've got all these things, you know, I'll just play with them. And I started going on the internet and finding things to juxtapose these tunes, you know, and then I would take my little iPhone out and I'd do things and juxtapose. I had played fun. And I said, okay, you know, work with this other guy who knows how to make websites. Yeah, why not release this? I mean, why not? You know, I'm just sharing, man. This is my offer. This is what I got, you know, and listen to it. There's so much shit out now, isn't there, man? Yeah. I mean, there's so much going on. So I said, well, why not put your shit out there? You know? So I decided to release this thing called Emergent Behavior, volumes 1 through 5, you know, and you know, so that's what I've done kind of musically, and that's where I'm at. And I don't know, I feel kind of spent. I don't know if I'll do volume 6 or what, but it was interesting. You know, what you were talking about, comparing yourself to the Beatles or these guys, you know, And wow, that really gets in our way, man.
Well, comparison,
because ultimately, isn't the spot that you want to get into where it's doing you? You're not even doing it, with what you do. I'm sure you get into that place all the time.
Oh yeah,
and just not take it too damn seriously, man, and let the thing come through what it wants to do. Don't be so ego tripping, like just
right. They what is it? There's a famous quote that I'm not coming up with right now, but it's like comparison is the death.
Is the thief of joy.
Is the thief of joy. Thank you. Oh, I thought it was Aaron Blair was the thief of joy.
Oh,
but,
that's, and then it goes on further from there, and also Aaron Blair.
No, but thank you, Aaron. That was, I don't want, I punish a guy for having the right answer.
I know.
It's so, welcome to Stalin's holiday camp.
But on the other side, other side of that practice, man, like you say, that's what I regret, not woodshedding. I've got some friends that did it, when they were 12, and now they're just so facile. They can play whatever they want.
It's humbling. But, I think the bigger point is comparison gets you nowhere. And trust me, I'm sure there are many actors that have hurt themselves by comparing themselves to you, like your career, what you've accomplished. They've hurt themselves. Unnecessarily. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you can't get into that game.
I just been hanging out with a guitarist. Do you know Blake Mills?
I know the name.
Oh, man, you got to check him out. Here's another, we're talking music. Wolfpack, do you know them?
No.
Oh, you know that? And the Fearless Flyers. Blake has a great version of Signed, Sealed, and Delivered that he plays with the Fearless Flyers. It's
amazing.
remarkable.
I just always find people will ask me who are your favorite groups, and I'll say it's not even about a group for me. They're just certain songs, that I hear it, I have to learn how to play it, and I can't stop playing it. And sometimes it's by a very obscure musician. Yeah. I don't really know if they've gone on, what else they've gone on to, but it just grabs me by the throat, and then I have to do it. I just have to learn it, play it, until everyone around me is so tired of it that I'm asked to live in the yard. And then I'm...
You must have seen Standing in the Shadow of Motown, didn't you?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a great movie, man?
Also, you narrated, I believe.
I narrated.
You narrated
the history of rock and roll.
But you also narrated. Didn't you narrate the Creedence Clearwater Revival documentary? Because that was great. And I remember thinking,
they were great.
The minute I love them, but then the minute you were narrating it, I thought, oh, this is the right guide to take me through CCR.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to play with him. Got on stage and played at
Fogerty?
What's the motorcycle? Sturgis.
Oh yeah. You played with John Fogerty.
Yeah, man.
Do you remember what you
singing? No, we sang. I sang. I got to sing. I left the guitar work to John.
You know what's becoming clear to me? You were not acting in The Big Lebowski. Everything I see, you're like, yeah, man.
That's where
now you just get like a White Russian and just start drinking it and going, a lot of angles.
You let the dude do you.
Yeah, exactly. The dude did you and then never left. And then never left.